Hey everyone, welcome to Ultra Life Today. Josh Bellieu, Chief Product Evangelist, along with Adam Payne, CEO of Ultra Botanica. Hey Adam, how's it going this
I'm
morning?
great this morning.
Yeah.
Today, Josh, this is our first
Maiden voyage.
maiden issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a,
Did
it,
somebody bring the champagne to break over the
we
bow of
brought
the
we brought
ship?
something equivalent. We
Okay.
brought Kyle Drew here with
We
us.
did. Okay. Before we introduce our special
Oh
guest.
my gosh, did I break it?
Yeah, now it's housekeeping stuff here. I want people
Oh,
to know, stay tuned, text your friends. Later in the broadcast, during the live call-in portion, second half of the show, we'll be telling you where to find free 3-day trials of UltraCur all around the Tulsa Metro and giving away free bottles for those that call in with questions or comments during the second half of the hour. If you've got challenges with pain, stiffness, achiness in the joints, muscles, guess what? We want you to try UltraCur before you buy it. So we're ultra stoked, pun intended, to have someone that's become a very close friend to Adam Payne and myself over the last 3.5 years. Clinical nutritionist, advisor to top supplement companies on product formulations, including ours. 20-year host to the popular Super Health radio broadcast out of Oklahoma City. And most of you will know him as a 17-year co-host and producer of Doug Kaufman's Know the Cause television show, the most watched cable health show ever. Yeah?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think so.
Here is our great friend, Kyle Drew. Welcome to
Hey.
this maiden voyage.
This is exciting to be with you guys. I've had a chance to get to know you guys over the last couple of years, and you guys coming on the radio show, but then getting to know you personally. This is a real honor to be with you on the maiden voyage of Ultra Life Today. I like that name, by the way, Ultra Life Today.
Well, we're hoping that the different health experts that we have on the show are so out of the box and interesting and doing different things that people are actually going to find some honest, everyday answers that they can sink their teeth into and change their health. You know, not eat the whole apple,
Well, it's
but
not
one
just
bite at a time.
what I like about it is whenever you're talking about health stuff, sometimes people like to do things with their health that's just isolated from the rest of their life. How am I supposed to go to a restaurant when I'm doing this diet? How am I supposed to socialize when I'm doing certain things? And what we want is a full life experience whenever you start coming around to this world of Ultra Health. I think that the name of your company, Ultra Botanica, just brings a whole different level to people's experience because, you know, people, whenever they're trying to do something really healthy, it's like, oh, well, I got to be on a diet. Oh boy, well, I got to start exercising.
Only way I can lose weight is a 30-day water fast.
That's the only thing I can possibly do.
Tried everything else.
If we can start getting excited about how to do these things and change our perspective and really lean into it, I think that people will really, really want to be part of this space that we're in. And I think it's never been more popular to be in this space, this alternative medicine, functional medicine, feel good. It's not just about fitting into your clothes. It's about feeling great. It's about waking up with energy. It's about hormonal optimization, going to sleep and staying asleep all night, sexual wellness, everything kind of compounds on itself when we make this a lifestyle. So that's a long way of saying Ultra Life Today is a great name.
Especially as we're getting into our upper 50s,
Speak
60s.
for yourself.
Oh, come on! I'm seriously. I mean, I've noticed I'm 57, right? And I struggled in my early 50s with some unique health challenges, and now as I'm getting late in my 50s, energy and weight loss and attention span.
Getting sleepy after lunch.
Oh, this was my problem
We were
today. I
talking
mean, we were
about
talking
it.
about it today. And Kyle, you had some ideas, and Josh, you had some ideas, and we're going to try some really neat
I
stuff.
know you rejected my idea last time, but now
I
you
did.
finally listened.
We did. We're not preaching ideas here. We are participants in these ideas and novel ways to improve our lives with Ultra Life Today. And we have some technologies that we've developed here as a company that are
Yeah.
transformative for people, especially in the inflammation space. And I'd really like to, we're going to talk about all sorts of different topics here in Ultra Life Today. I wanted to start with our maiden voyage and really tie into our core system here. And that has to do with the inflammation system in the body.
So I've got to set this up, Adam, because Kyle, you called me about 3 years ago. Do you want to remind me, Adam,
And our listeners.
exactly what brought that about and how excited you really were to talk to me the first time?
It's embarrassing now.
I don't think you were excited, were you?
Well, here's the deal. I've been doing radio forever. I've co-hosted Doug Kaufman's TV show forever, formulated a lot of supplements, and done a lot of nutrition counseling. And then when I got to tell you, there's some things that I think are really exciting out there in the supplement world. For the longest time, the promise of curcumin was one of them. The experience of curcumin was not.
Fell flat.
Yeah.
I took everything. I had a guy on the radio show with me for years and years. Every single month he'd come on. He was he had the top selling curcumin brand in the world.
Brilliant guy.
One of my I think he's on the Mount Rushmore of most important people in the supplement business in America
agree.
of all time.
agree.
I personally like him. Didn't care for his curcumin because it just didn't work. And one day I said, listen, I'm not feeling it, brother. I mean literally not feeling the curcumin that you're giving me. And he said, oh, well, that's easy. Take 15 capsules at once.
15?
15 capsules at once, and it should be fine. Well, I'm a dork who's willing to do that. Nobody's willing to do that, but I will.
Yeah.
And so I took.
And do an equity out refinance on your home because it's only $119 a bottle, right?
Look,
Wow.
maybe I shouldn't be saying it, but he gave me the product for free. Okay, so I tried the product I did 15 at once. Guess what? It did work.
Okay.
It actually, I had some inflammation. I think it was in my hip, and it went away. That was nice. But what am I going to do? Take 15 every day? And so I stopped caring about curcumin. There are thousands of studies about curcumin, but I wasn't experiencing any of the benefits. And so we had a bunch of folks, a nurse practitioner, some owners of a health food store in Bethany, Oklahoma, and they said, "Hey, have you guys, Kyle, have you met Josh Bellieu yet? He's with the curcumin company." And I said, "Nope, and I'm not going to meet him. Forget it." And every month they'd say, "You need to meet Josh." 6 months went by. Finally, it's like, okay, I'll call Josh. So I called Josh Bellieu. Well, guess what? I really liked him. I liked him personally. And he was not some slick salesperson. And you were telling me, Josh, about this product, UltraCur. Well, I liked you, and so I lied to you. I like to lie to people, but I lied to you and said, "Yeah, sure, Josh, I'll try it." And I had no intention of trying it. I just wanted to get to know you better. We had a lot of mutual interest. Finally, after a long period of time, I finally tried it. Holy mackerel, I felt it. That is the promise of curcumin, that it's the supplement that you're supposed to be able to feel. But I had never felt the feel-good effects of curcumin until I tried UltraCur that Josh, you gave me.
Yeah.
And
So-
it changed everything for me.
So you remember, and I love telling this story. I love origin stories. I mean, my favorite, Marvel movies, are the origin stories. The X-Men origins and things like that.
True.
But I would love it, Adam, if you would just give a little snapshot of what happened and how you came out of this weird world of pharmaceutical drugs and clinical research and inflammation marker research, and how God kind of grabbed you kicking and screaming by the hair and dragged you into this interesting space that you're in now.
Well, you gave me a mouthful to follow there, Josh. I mean, it was sort of like that. I come out of the pharmaceutical world. I was at the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation doing research at a company called House Bioceuticals. We were developing really exotic plant extracts that interfaced with the immune system in the body. These were Western European medicinal plants using some exotic extraction methods that nobody had ever heard of. Even people in the plant extraction space hadn't even heard of. They're called spagyrics. Fascinating stuff. Comes from alchemy. But we had gotten a name in herbal medicine in the OU health sciences community, especially amongst researchers that were dealing with autoimmune diseases. And one of the lovely researchers over at Hal Schofield's lab, who is focused on Sjogren's syndrome and lupus,
Yeah.
right? He came over to my lab and said, "Hey, Adam, I heard you're like doing some stuff in natural medicine. I've been working on this curcumin stuff. Do you want to collaborate?"
Ho
Exactly, and that's exactly.
You and Kyle both.
And I was
Done.
like, well, what do you got, BG? Because everybody knew about curcumin in the natural medicine space, and nobody had been able to do anything sexy.
Well, and you were hearing it all through like poster presentations
Oh my
at
gosh,
medical conventions,
over
right?
and over.
Yeah.
You know, I'd go to like a gastroenterology convention, medical convention, or rheumatology convention, and there were like 10, 20 posters about the wonders of curcumin that were in these exotic models of human epithelial cells in the colon.
It worked really well in the test tube.
You know, it works really well when you solubilize it and actually get it into the cells.
What's the problem with regular curcumin? That's the issue.
Oh, I guess
Why were you bored with
you're
it?
bringing me back to reality
Yeah.
here, aren't you, Kyle? I
What's
mean,
the problem?
Because I've gone down the rabbit hole, and I go down rabbit holes. I apologize. The rabbit hole is essentially this: that curcumin does not dissolve in the stomach. It doesn't dissolve in the mouth. It doesn't dissolve in the stomach. Doesn't dissolve in the small intestine, colon, anywhere in the body. You have to take massive 8 to 12 grams of curcumin to even see the smallest signature in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
And the result is that if you can't get it into the blood, it's not going to affect any of the cells in your body. So BG came to us with a novel, very silly, stupid idea that sort of worked. He said, let's dissolve the curcumin into water. And then we're going to provide curcumin dissolved in water as the
Have you
dosage.
ever tried to see what curcumin looks like when you try to dissolve it in water?
It turns yellow.
You got water on the bottom.
Well,
you got
no,
a big
no,
layer
okay.
of powder
Oh,
on the top.
Yes.
That's
If
what it
you-
does in your stomach, right?
Well, that's exactly what it does in the stomach. But we did some novel things to get it dissolved into water. We actually drove it into solution, and we could get a very small amount dissolved into water. And it sort of worked. I remember we sat around a table with the solution that BG had made for us.
Shot glasses.
They were shot glasses.
Hey.
And we and to BG's horror, we took it. Because he's like, you can't do that. We need to test it to make sure it's not toxic to anybody. I'm like, whatever.
Adam's one of us, Kyle. We
love
love testing stuff.
I know.
And
You really
we-
don't know what it is? Give me some of that.
Yeah, give me some. And we felt it. The crazy thing is that within 2 minutes, we all got what we call the curcumin buzz. We felt it not only in our bodies, but we felt it in our brains. And that was astonishing to me. And that started a journey. That was 12 years ago. That was in 2010 that BG came to our lab. That started a journey of exploration about how we could optimize the bioavailability of curcumin by getting it into a liquid first and then getting it into the body somehow after that. And the idea is very simple. If we can get it into a liquid, the body will absorb it. If the body absorbs it, then it can have all sorts of different effects on the cells in our body.
And why would anybody want curcumin in the first place?
Well, I mean, isn't it obvious? Haven't you been in like biomedical research for the last 40 years?
Right, right.
No, you haven't. So curcumin is, actually, you sort of have. Curcumin is the most powerful natural modulator of inflammation in the body. And it's been studied for decades. In fact, it's been used in medicine for centuries, in Ayurvedic medicine and other medicines, but it never met its promise until we used our technology.
Okay, show-stopping moment, Adam, because you and I have talked to so many doctors. You have a network of doctors from around the world. And I always ask them the one question when I get to meet them, Adam, or when we have them on a radio program, and it's this: how much of the disease that people suffer with worldwide is tied to this crazy thing called unhealthy inflammation in the body. Now, it was shocking to me because the first time I asked the question, we had Dr. Brian Frank on my right and this key opinion leader to key opinion leader, Shailesh Kaushal, on the left of me. And Dr. Frank goes, "Oh, Josh, worldwide disease, 92% is tied to this unhealthy inflammation in the body." And Shailesh Kaushal said,
No, no,
in
no.
my humble opinion, 99%,
No, Dr.
Josh.
Frank. I
Yes.
disagree. I disagree.
99%, Josh. And I was just floored. But that's the reality, that if you can do something magical in the body to shift it from this unhealthy fight or flight inflammatory response to this renew, restore, regenerate response, you have something that is absolutely gold. And it can actually change a person's health, create longevity, make pain and stiffness and achiness go away. It's a powerful tool. Now,
Out of control inflammation is the number one culprit for most everything that ails us. And if the fact that we don't control inflammation, but most of the things that we do in life are designed to alleviate the symptoms of inflammation and not the core root cause of inflammation, that we're not stopping our issues. So we need to figure out how to alleviate and restore natural inflammatory balance in our body.
okay, so we're sitting here with Adam Payne of Ultra Botanica CEO, Kyle Drew, Super Health Radio, great friend of Doug Kaufman's, Know the Cause.
Yeah. We'll be right back.